Following on from the last topic, which is about the helping relationship, one of the ways that we can do this is to recognize that this isn't about me, the coach. Sometimes I am not the best coach for my client. Yes, in the big picture, but what they really need is to be able to get good quality feedback and suggestions from the people that live and work with them day to day. By the nature of coaching, I'm probably meeting my client one-on-one away from their normal situation, their normal setting. So I don't really get those insights into what really goes on, how they behave in crisis situations in their day-to-day work or living. So it's going to be much more powerful if we can also recruit the people that live and work around our client to become coaches for them and with them. Now, one of the best models of this comes from Marshall Goldsmith, who's got a principle of feed forward. Now, feedback is a minefield because we're looking back at things that could have been done better. We tend to be critical. It tends to be subjective. As we've said before, people get closed and defensive about getting feedback. Feed forward is about getting suggestions that are about how we can do things better or differently in the future. So it removes the subjective, the critical, the arguments about whether it was right or wrong. It's simply about, here's a way, I think, next time you're in that situation, here's a suggestion about how you might handle it. And 3, 4, 5, 10 other people have all got suggestions, which may not be the same suggestions. This is really enriching, and I learn all sorts of great ideas, and I get to choose for me in the situation which I think is going to be most effective, which way forward. Now that is so enriching compared to simply having a conversation with a coach. So how can we go about helping our clients to get that kind of relationship going with those round about them? Now, my view is that a really healthy thing would be for our client to be very open and transparent about the fact that they are getting coaching. This isn't a secret thing. It's not about a weakness. In fact, it's just the opposite. It shows that a lack of arrogance. Everybody at every level in every organization doesn't know everything they need to know, and they don't have all of the skills they need. Coaching is very powerful, very useful everywhere, and it's a sign of strength that someone has the self-awareness to realize that there's something in it for them and they're not there to do everything themselves and appear like they are invincible and the best at everything. So that being the case, why not get our client to open up and be specific with those around them about what their priorities should be, what they could be doing better, how other people think that they could improve or develop or grow in some way. If they can be specific about the areas that they really want to work on, and then they can be specific about telling people, for example, I'm really trying to work at listening better to everybody around about me. What are your suggestions about how I could do that in the month ahead? Get those suggestions. Thank people for their feedback, for their feed forward suggestions. Then tell people, be accountable. Get them to tell people what they're actually going to do, what their intention is. Let them go and put it into practice, and then follow up and find out what happens. Did it help things? Did it move things forward? And to again get more feed forward suggestions. What could I do? I tried this, I tried that. What else can I do to improve this or take it forward? Now that recruitment of a whole team of coaches in people's lives creates such great relationships. It creates feedback, feed forwards relationships in a whole team of people. But it cascades out. Those people start thinking about what they could be improving. They start having the conversation back, saying, well, what do you think that I could do better in the month ahead or going forward? Thank you for that. This is what I'm going to do. Let's follow up with each other. And there's a dynamic, there's an energy, and there's an openness and an honesty and a team that really starts to pull together when those relationships are created. So my challenge to coaches is stop trying to do everything in the one-on-one between the coach and the client. Stop assuming that it's all about me, the coach. Far better to set up long-term relationships for the client, around the client, where they have access to feedback, suggestions on the run, even in 10 seconds or in a regular basis, all the way through, and see how much confidence they get when they are able to have those conversations with the people that are important to them round about them. So thank you for listening. I hope you're taking these suggestions as things that you could be doing going forward. Have an intention about how you're going to try to do this in your practice going forward. And it would be good to hear what you've done. So thanks for listening, but even more, go and do something with this idea. Once again, over to you.